to do with Eli, who did take a step back last year. I'm not deluding myself into thinking that Eli's taking a step back, but I'm not sure how he's going to do. That offense is also going to be more run-heavy now with Barkley.
Yes, it
absolutely.
is. So maybe Odell could possibly take a hit. I still think Odell's a first-rounder, but, he might be in the league.
He's going to put up the numbers this year
I'll
for
say
sure.
second round on
Really?
Odell. Can't stay healthy.
Well, last year was his first, really, really bad injury.
But he's been banged up, and he can't stay on the field, though. He always does something stupid. That's the thing with Odell.
Look, I can't argue that.
I kind of agree with you there.
Out of all the 5 guys who you named, Antonio Brown's the only one who I can justify, but third overall, take Ezekiel Elliott. That's my advice. Matt, are you a fantasy sports fan? It's okay if you're not.
So. I keep up with it. Me and my family do a league every year.
Do you have anything? It's okay if you have nothing.
Right now, no.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks for telling me. Roberto Osuna is in the Astro bullpen. He pitched the 8th inning yesterday. Heckert Jr. Got the save. I have Osuna on my fantasy team. I think he's going to take over as closer in short order. Maybe next month at the latest. I would be stunned if he wasn't closing for the Astros in the playoffs. I mean, who do you want closing for you? Roberto Osuna or Heckert Jr.?
Osuna.
Yeah, exactly.
I think everyone and their mother will want Osuna.
Exactly. So, on that note, let's take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, because we'll be talking football next on Beyond the Game on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Juice, Mom! Juice! Mommy, why are we going to the store? Mom, I want juice! Mom! Juice! Mommy! Juice!
Your child will have different needs at different stages of life, and that includes the car seat. That's right, the car seat. A car seat isn't one size fits all. You have to have the right seat based on your child's age, weight, and height. See, car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. But there's a website that gives you all the information you need. safercar.gov/the right seat. You'll find out about types of seats, when to have a seat rear facing, when to switch it to forward facing, when it's time for a booster seat, and when it's time for your child to ride in the back seat with a seatbelt. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. Go to safercar.gov/the right seat. That's safercar.gov/the right seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Alexa, can you please do my food shopping today?
Food shopping today added to your shopping list.
Alexa, can you do my math homework for me?
I'm not sure.
Alexa, play WHPC.
Play WHPC.
You can now listen to the voice of Nassau Community College on your Amazon Echo.
Simply say, Alexa, play WHPC.
I am already playing WHPC.
Sorry. So go ahead and buy a silicone steamer in the shape of a faceless melting pig.
Buy a silicone steamer in the shape of a faceless melting pig.
Yeah, that exists. And while you shop, play WHPC.
Or buy a headband with a mullet hair attached to it.
I refuse to buy a headband with mullet hair attached to it.
Yeah, that exists too. Not sure why. But when you buy it, you can play WHPC.
So play WHPC on your Amazon device today.
And thanks for listening to 90.3 WHPC.
Hey everybody, Rachel Ray here. Nothing brings a bigger smile to my face than cooking up a big meal for the whole family and lots of friends. But there's not enough room at my table for the 17 million kids in our country who struggle with hunger. That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks collects surplus food to give hope to hungry kids. But they can't do it without your help. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
A message from Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Jacob Volk. Jacob Volk. Jacob.
Someone can say something, guys.
I was content to let it play out.
Oh, man.
You're listening to Beyond the Game on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. We are live twice a week, Tuesdays at 5 p.m. and Fridays at 3 p.m. I am Jacob Volk. You can follow me on Twitter at RealJacobVolk. Sitting across from me, Eric Fischetti, who you can follow on Twitter at Sergeant Fish, and Matt Charkowick, who you can follow on Twitter at Matty C Sports. Number to call if you have something on your mind is 516-572-7440. Well, I've got your attention. I got to tell you about a great show that we have on this station. It's Nerdvana on Mondays at 3 p.m. Calling all nerds.
Great
Join
show.
my pals, Colton Murray, Justin Greenberg, and Joe Ritter. This show will return you to a time when homework was for homeroom, and the hardest decision of the day was whether to play a video game, read a comic, or watch a movie. But let's get to football.
Wow.
Dominic became Twitter famous over this.
Yes, he did.
Oh my God.
How many? Did you see how many retweets he had?
It wasn't retweets, it was likes. He got a lot of likes.
Yeah, but still, it was a lot for me. He got like 8 or 9. It was crazy, but the likes were insane.
He had like 200 likes
He
or
pissed
something.
off a whole fan base for no reason.
How did he tick him off, though?
I don't know. I agree with him.
I agree with him, too.
Why don't we elaborate on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, what was the tweet? I didn't see it.
Check his Twitter.
Okay.
The Browns traded Corey Coleman to the Bills for their 7th-round pick in 2020. Last year, he had 23 catches for 305 yards and 2 touchdowns. Who do you think won the trade? I know who Dominic thinks.
The Browns. I think the Browns won. Okay.
You really think the Browns won?
Yes, because I truly think this opens up a deal for Des Bryant. That's what Dominic said, by the way.
Okay.
And
Des Bryant on the Browns?
Absolutely. If you have I'm quoting Dominic right now because it's true. If you have Des Bryant as your 3rd wide receiver on your team, when you got Josh Gordon and Jarvis Landry on the same wide receiver court, you're doing pretty good.
That would be pretty great for them, honestly. That would be one of the best trades I would see them do in a long time.
Well, it wouldn't be a trade. It would be a signing.
Either way, that would be one of the best things the Browns could ever do.
Browns still gonna Browns, though.
Yeah, okay. Here's what I'm going to say. If the Browns sign Des Bryant, the Browns win this trade. If they don't, if he goes to the Ravens, the Giants, whoever, I say the Bills won it. Corey Coleman can be saved. He absolutely can. He's only been in the league for 2 years. I know he didn't set the world on fire, but give the guy a little bit of breathing room. He's going to be okay. I actually could see him doing pretty well on the Bills because they have no one besides Kelvin Benjamin.
I mean, it gives Josh Allen a target, I guess.
Yeah. And hey, listen, Corey Coleman, when he was at Baylor, he did catch the deep ball a lot from Bryce Petty. So there's room there for Josh Allen and Corey Coleman to be the second coming of Jim Kelly and Andre Reed. One thing that I want to bring up about this trade from the Browns' perspective, and I retweeted this. This is Field Yates' tweet, NFL Insider for ESPN. Browns first-rounders from 2012 to 2016. Trent Richardson traded in 1 year, although that worked out because he got a first-round pick for him, so that kind of worked. Brandon Whedon cut in 2 years, former Yankee farmhand, massive bust. Barkevius Mingo traded in 3 years, massive bust. Justin Gilbert traded in 2 years, massive bust. Johnny Manziel cut in 2 years, can't
Mega
even
bust.
cut it in the CFL.
I miss him.
Say that again, I'm sorry?
I miss him.
You gotta give me time to hit the button.
I thought you did. I'm sorry.
Danny Shelton traded in 3 years. Cam Irving traded in 2 years. Corey Coleman traded in 2 years. All massive busts. We do have a caller on the line. Caller, you're on Beyond the Game.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon, Martin from Merrick. How are you?
Okay, how are you?
Doing good. What's going on?
So I figured I would put in my 2 cents about this Browns trade.
Okay.
Since they got rid of a receiver, does this open the field for somebody like Devin Kajust?
The tight end?
Yeah.
From Stanford?
Yes.
Yeah, Kajus does have some potential. He's never really gotten that chance. I know he was a 4th-round pick out of Stanford, but he spent a lot of time on the Packers practice squad. They have David Njoku there in Cleveland. Kajus could make it as the backup tight end, but I don't see him getting too much of an opportunity.
But, hey, some is better than none.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, listen, he's a local guy. I know that. I know he's from the island.
Yes, he is.
So it's possible. Injuries happen. If David Njoku gets hurt, the opportunity is there for Kajust. You just got to seize it.
Okay.
All right, was that it?
That's it. Have a good afternoon.
You too. going to talk to me about Devin Kajust.
That was one of the shortest calls from Martin from Eric ever.
I'm surprised I even knew who he was.
I thought he meant Njoku. I thought he mispronounced his name.
No, Devin Kajust is an actual guy. I think it was a 4th-round pick out of Stanford. Check me. Devin Kajust, D-E-V-O-N space C-A-J-U-S-T-E. Pretty sure out of Stanford. There's an opportunity there if Njoku gets hurt, but I really don't see it. The Falcons signed Ricardo Allen to a 3-year extension worth $19.5 million. According to Pro Football Focus, last year, he had a 71.3 overall grade. Eric, tell me about Kajust.
Kajust was actually an unrestricted free agent that was signed by the San Francisco 49ers.
Why did I think it was a 4th-round pick?
I don't know.
Holy moly. I was way off base.
Maybe you thought really high of him.
I thought of him because he was a local guy. That's why I liked him. All right, thoughts on the Allen trade, guys?
I don't hate it.
It's not a bad move by the Falcons.
I mean, it doesn't really make me excited, if you really want me to be honest with you. I think the Falcons are still going to be a really good team. I think they are.
I was right that he went to Stanford. I'm giving myself some credit.
No, yeah, you're right about that. I just don't know where the 4th-round pick came from. But if
Andrew Luck was his quarterback, he would have. How about that?
Yeah, maybe. But I think the Falcons are going to be a very good team this year. I honestly think that they're a sleeper in the NFC. I think that they're going to make a lot of noise this year.
I agree with you.
Possible Super Bowl. Maybe they recover from that hangover. We'll see. But again,
the NFC South is a horrible division. I will say that. Panthers stink. Buccaneers stink. Saints are going to be horrible. The opportunity is there for the Falcons to run away with the division, and them locking up a key piece in Ricardo Allen will help them do that. I like this deal for the Falcons. It's not too much of an overpay. It really doesn't move the needle for me either, but the guy's making more money than I'll ever see in my life, so gotta
he's
talk
playing
about
a game that you love.
I know, right? I love sports so much. So Tom Heckert Jr. passed away on Sunday at the age of 51 from amyloidosis. He's best known for having been Eagles GM from 2006 to 2010 and Browns GM from 2010 to 2012. What are your memories of him?
I will say this. I'm happy for him in the sense that he got to see the Eagles win a Super Bowl.
Yes.
So
I gotta agree with you there.
I will say
Absolutely.
that. I do feel bad because obviously 51 is very young age.
Yeah.
My dad's 56, almost 57, so that's scary.
Both my parents are older than that, too. So
Look, it's scary. But you know what? I feel bad for him because I do think that the Browns are actually turning a corner, and I feel very bad for him that he's not going to be able to see it.
Yeah, here's what I'll say about this. For the longest time, the Browns had a bunch of executives that were basically a revolving door. They had Ray Farmer, Joe Banner, Mike Holmgren was there for a little bit. It was just a revolving door of guys that were garbage. Holmgren was garbage for the Browns. Was great for the Seahawks. Horrible for the Browns. Tom Heckert was probably the best guy that the Browns have had in a while. If I'm excluding Dorsey, he's probably the best executive that this current incarnation of the Browns have had. I'll read you his track record for the Eagles and then the Browns. He wasn't great in free agency. He believed in building through the draft, and you can do that if you know how to scout. And boy, oh boy, did Heckert know how to scout. He drafted David Akers, Trent Cole, Deshaun Jackson, Jason Peters, Asante Samuel, and Leonard Weaver, all former Pro Bowlers. Eric just shuddered. Remember Deshaun Jackson?
I remember David Akers, too, in Dallas.
Remember that stupid punt by Matt Dodge?
Yeah, and Tom Coughlin rightfully beating him up.
It wasn't Dodge's fault.
You don't kick in the middle of the field.
But you still gotta stop him.
Yeah, well, yeah, I agree.
And he muffed the punt, too. I mean, that's on the Giants' special teams.
Yeah,
also.
The whole special teams is at fault on that. That was just, oh my god!
I was watching the game
about that.
Yeah, so
Such
was
a
I.
Fun game.
So was I. And let me just tell you something.
I was in a Brooklyn shopping mall.
You pay attention to detail very well.
Thank you. Either Brooklyn or the Bronx, I think.
Either way, it's a borough of New York City, so you're still right.
Exactly.
But look, I remember watching this game live. I don't get mad at the TV. I really don't. No matter what sport it was. I got so heated. I've never done this before. I literally almost threw my remote at my TV. To some, that might seem like child's play.
I've done that, too.
Well, you know what? I like my TV. I don't feel like getting a new one.
I almost did it on Sunday after the Yankees got swept. I'll tell you that.
I will tell you this. I fell asleep when they were up 4-1.
Aren't you lucky? And with the Browns...